I have pinned a letter to each of my counterparts in the Eorzean Alliance. The Battle of Carteneau and the calamity that followed claimed countless lives. It has been 5 years since those of us who were spared dragged ourselves from the ashes to look upon an Eorzea we scarcely knew. 5 years, and yet the people still suffer. Their lives are fraught with worry and hardship, and the warriors of light who might once have given them hope are gone. Yet we must press on regardless. We will never truly do so, however, till we have faced our past. To that end, I am proposing that a memorial service be held in each of the city-states on the 5th anniversary of the Battle of Carteneau. These letters contain the details of said proposal, and I would have you deliver them to our allies as my personal envoy. You have proven yourself a staunch and able ally to Limsa. That is not my only reason for choosing you. No, I choose you because you possess a quality which puts me in mind of history's champions, the quality I feared lost. Say that you will perform this duty. I knew you would not disappoint me. This task shall take you far from their borders of our nation to the city-states of Gridania and Ul'dah. A grueling journey, to be sure, were you to travel by sea and land, but I mean to have you take to the skies. An airship pass to be used at your discretion. Airships bound for the nations of our allies leave for the landing connected to the bridge, but before you depart, I suggest you trouble Battaron for a few pearls of wisdom regarding each of your destinations. The old bastard is nothing if not well traveled. 'Tis a pity I cannot issue shut passes with a freer hand, as I did in more peaceful times, when berths were not so limited. But in these times of war, every craft we commit to the cloud risks drawing the eye of the Empire, and every voyage must needs be borne as a necessity. Lest you doubt, I consider your place well deserved. Nor am I alone in that opinion. There were other parties who would see you granted the privilege of air travel. Ah, Yidolani, your deeds do not go unnoticed. Full many see the great promise in you, but I have flattered you enough. On behalf of Limsa Lominsan and her people, I bid you go forth, adventurer. Discover the realm for which so many have fought and died. Wonder and danger await you in equal measure, but turn not from either. Only by braving the unknown will you achieve the greatness of which you are surely capable. The light of the crystal guides you, and I wager that your destiny will be no small thing. Back from your meeting with the Admiral, are ye? Personal bleeding envoy? So you'll be carrying the word of the Admiral herself to the leaders of the Alliance? Bugger me, I knew you was going up in the world, but I didn't realize you got that bloody eye. I'm proud of you, lass. Thinking of how far you've come, why, 'tis enough to bring a tear to me eye, and that ain't the ale talking neither. Well, not just the ale, at any rate. Bless the navigator for steering you my way. Of course, this is only the start. Now you got your hands on an airship pass, the whole of Eorzea is laid out before you, like a fair maid on a feather bed. And she's a big girl, too, with plenty of enticing nooks and crannies. You think us Lominsans are characters, just wait till you cross paths with the grim forest dwellers of Gridania, or trade coins with the crafty merchants of Ul'dah. And then there's the wild places where the beasties rule, and no bugger with an ounce of sense sets foot. But you're a venturer, so I wouldn't let a little thing like that hold you back. Of course, it ain't all exploring and excitement. There's an heap of troubles what plagues every nation, see? Tain't just ours. I'm talking intrigue and infight and beastmen and their damn primals. Ah, there's an ugly side to life, and sooner or later, you're bound to walk into it. But I'll wager there's a bugger all out there as you can't handle. Something tells me you're going to be just fine. The realm's at it rough, 'tis true, but folk are beginning to recover from the beat in the calamity dealt 'em. Call me an hopeless optimist, but it wouldn't take much to turn things round. It's the perfect time for an adventurer like yourself to get out there and make a difference. Well, what are you waiting for? Attention, all passengers! The airship bound for Gardania is about to depart. Please make your way to the boarding gate. Good fortune to you, Yudalani! The day'll come when your name means the same as hero to the folk of this realm. May you walk in the light of the crystal.
It has been 15 years, but the bitter taste of defeat lingers still. 15 years since the Imperial fleet set course for Mordona, led by the Egrios, mightiest of all vessels. Silver Till Lake lay ripe for the taking, and all of Eorzea would soon be ours. Or so we believed. But an innumerable host of dragons met us that day, at the heart of which flew the great meat guard Zormer. Though we succeeded in slaying that lord among worms, the dread serpent's defeat was bought at too high a price. Our invincible flagship was lost, and all hope of victory with her. So ended our glorious conquest. Eorzea, a blighted realm, riddled with false gods. Twice now it has eluded the Empire's grasp. For all the destruction it wrought, even Meteor, the great sin, failed to yield us control over it. And for this failure, the realm has sunk deeper into depravity. It is twisted beyond all reckoning, rotten nigh to the core. Yet it must be saved. Only Garlean rule can bring order to Eorzea. It falls to us to deliver the misguided masses from their ignorance.
We are of one mind, Lord Van Balzar.
Senior engineers, please report. report to Magitech Research following scheduled inspection.
Hey, is the Legatus really planning to take another tilt at the Eorzea?
Hey? What hole have you been hiding in? We're in the midst of preparing for a new campaign, and a huge one at that.
But I thought the Emperor had given up the Western lands for lost after Carteneau. What could the Legatus possibly hope to gain by acting alone?
I sense you harbor certain doubts over the wisdom of the Legatus's plan.
My lord!
Please, call me Nero. Tell me, where were you born?
Othard, my lord.
Alamigo, my lord.
Ah, codename Hummingway, I presume.
I don't know what you...
Silence. Your denials will not change your fate. I assure you, Frumentarium sees all. Clean up this mess, and do not miss any, or I shall be most displeased.
At once, my lord.
Garland. Soon you will be made to know the true power of Magitech.
So you are the Lominsan Envoy. And an adventurer besides. The realm owes much to you and yours. On behalf of our fair nation, I bid you welcome. Please. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Khan-e Senna, Elder Seedseer of Gridania, and leader of the Order of the Twin Adder, our nation's grand company. I understand you bear a message from the Admiral.
A remembrance service for the fallen of Carteneau. To think that 5 years have already come and gone. It seems like only yesterday that the Garlean Empire attempted to seize all that we hold dear. Rising in resistance, the city-states of Eorzea formed the Grand Companies and joined hands in alliance. But unbeknown to us, the Garleans sought not to best us in battle, but moved instead to enact a terrible plot, the meteor project by which the lesser moon Dalamon would be torn down from the heavens to annihilate all life below. In a desperate bid to save the realm from certain destruction, our forces marched from the Carteneau Flats, and there met the 7th Imperial Legion. More bloody a battle I have never seen, and would never wish to see again, yet the carnage was but a prelude to the atrocity which followed. For despite our best efforts, Dalamon continued his descent, and from it emerged the Elder Primal Bahamut, who proceeded to rain fire upon Eorzea. The 7th Imperial Legion was consumed in the blinking of an eye, while our own forces fared little better. That any among us were spared defies explanation. All seemed sure to perish. As the flames converged upon us, I prepared myself for death, only for a brilliant light to envelop me, relieving me of my senses. When at last I awoke, Bahamut was gone, and the land which had but moments before been aflame now seemed to me a place unknown, not simply ruined, but changed. Arcanal Louisoix may well have been able to shed light upon these mysteries, but he, like so many, never returned from Carteneau. And so we were left with countless questions and no prospect of an answer, yet such matters did not long occupy our thoughts, for we had far graver concerns. The calamity as the devastation wrought by Bahamut has come to be known, laid our nations nigh to waste, and to this day we struggle to rebuild our lives and homes. To compound matters, the beast tribes continue to summon their primals, while the Empire encroaches upon our borders, consolidating its foothold in Eorzea. The outlook, in short, is bleak. In the wake of the calamity has been all each nation could do to nurse its own wounds. Yet if we are to weather the coming storm, we must needs stand united once more. A remembrance service may well present an opportunity to rekindle the spirit of unity which first gave rise to the Alliance. I wholeheartedly approve of the Admiral's proposal. The necessary provisions shall be made for our service here in Gridania. You have done the people of Eorzea fine service this day, and I would not put you to further trouble. I shall see that my reply reaches the Admiral soon. You, meanwhile, are bound next for Ul'dah, are you not? Please send the Flame General my regards. And if you would be so kind, I should appreciate it if you would inform him that a pet of mine has been ill-behaved of late. My wolf, to be precise. Needless to say, he must be brought to heel, and I would very much welcome the General's counsel on how this might be achieved. And thank you for coming. May the 12 see you safe to Ul'dah and beyond.
Ah, a guest from Limsa. I thought I smelled stale ale. I won't hold it against you. If you're half the warrior Merlvib says, 'tis a wonder you don't reek of dead Sahagin. Welcome to the Sultanate of Ul'dah. I am Rauban al-Din, General of the Immortal Flames. But you did not come all this way to trade formalities.
Carteneau, aye. Do you know what happened that day, adventurer, when we took the field against the Garleans? So my counterparts have educated you. Connie's pet is giving her trouble, is it? Well, she should already know my mind on that subject. Wolves are beyond taming, 'tis but a matter of time before they bare their teeth. So it was with the Garleans 50 years ago. No sooner had they learned how to use Magitech than they began seizing territory from their neighbors. Led by then Legatus Solvus Solus Galvus, they swiftly brought the other nations of Ilzabar to heel, and so the Legatus became an emperor in his Republican Empire. An empire which then set its sight upon Eorzea. But the conquering emperor is now an old man of 80 winters. His health is failing, and he has no clear successor. Like as not, this is why the Garleans have been quiet of late. But the 14th Imperial Legion is still entrenched within our borders, and their commander Legatus Gaius Van Balzar has long harbored ambitions of conquest. Were he to strike now, I fear we would fall like so many others before us, and not only Ul'dah, but Gridania and Lominsan as well. For the calamity brought the lot of us to our knees, and we've yet to get up. We barely have the strength to stand against the beast tribes, never mind the primals they mean to summon. We are a realm divided, adventurer, and an alliance in name only. But the wolf cares not for the plight of its prey. The Garleans stir, and the Elder Sincere would not let it go unnoticed. All other concerns pale in comparison to the Empire, even the beast tribes and their bloody primals. We must stand united once more, that much is clear, and if we're to do so, we must remember the cause which last brought us together. Merrill will have her memorial. We will honor the memory of the fallen. We will remind the people what their brothers and sisters fought and died for. Shall we inform the Sultana and the Syndicate? I will speak with her grace myself. Very good, sir. The Admiral will have my reply anon. My thanks to you, adventurer.